Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM and broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games. With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes, Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEVGamesAU.
Welcome, friends of all designs, to Z Games. I am Paul, and joining me tonight are my friends
Zahra
and
Tobi.
Thank you for joining me today.
I just wanted to say something.
Yeah?
Paul, you called us your friends.
Yeah?
Hey.
Warm, fuzzy feeling.
Oh, I have really low bar of entry. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, you should see how easy I'll say I love you. It's real.
Oh no.
I've got a very, very supple heart. In multiple ways. A lot of heart disease in my family.
Oh, no. Well,
In the Christmassy mood, I thought this fine Christmas episode I'd bring in all the best of video game Christmas music and games to talk about. So I've finished the list now. That wasn't a Christmas song, and there are no good ones.
well, look, everybody knows where to find their Christmas playlist if they want to listen to Christmas music. But
Mariah Carey,
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
the
Michael
soundtrack to Love
Bublé.
Actually.
But if you're listening to Z Games, you probably want to listen to video game music.
Or you want to listen to I, It's Christmas by Ricky Martin.
What?
Look it up. Listen to it. We're definitely not
want to
playing
look
it
it
here. Oh God, yes.
Oh,
I,
okay.
It's Christmas is it's a delight, I have to say.
It's really something.
Oh God.
How are your Christmases panning out so far?
Pretty good. I've prepped my Christmas ham for our Christmas Eve lunch tomorrow, so very excited to finally have some Christmas ham.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know any of our food plans.
Oh,
I had a severe sickness on the weekend,
right.
so I haven't been
Oh.
thining about food at all.
it's
But I'm
probably
good
the
now.
last thing you want to think about.
Yeah. It's good. Maybe I lost some weight. Let's hope.
I've got nothing planned. Well, no, I'm busy as all because this is the busiest Christmas I've had in the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've got to play games for Christmas.
Oh yes, you do get a weird responsibility.
Yeah.
When you're doing volunteer community radio, I find. But it is good. I mean, you're still new to me as well, but I play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
So what I do not do is finish a lot of video games.
Yeah.
But because of this, I've been finishing way more games all the way through, and you know, it's different when you can get a full assessment of the whole thing. It's
And
like,
this is where we say, was it really worth it?
yes, it always is.
Oh man.
Okay, let's jump into the news, and then we can have a chat about some of what's going on in the industry at the moment, because there's at least one big one. Okay.
Let's hear about it.
Nintendo of America president says the Switch console is entering midpoint of its lifespan. In a recent interview, American Nintendo boss Doug Bowser stated he believes the Switch console has reached the middle of its lifespan. This doesn't mean they're slowing down anytime soon, though. Many titles are in development for 2021 and beyond. He also addressed the long-rumoured Switch Pro model, stating it is not something Nintendo is focusing on for the immediate future, and they will instead lean further into their Switch and Switch Lite consoles for 2021. Despite the recent launches of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, the Nintendo Switch outsold both in November 2020, with 1.35 million units sold. Doug credits its continued popularity to its mobility and versatility, but it's hard to deny that COVID-19 played a significant role. You only need to look at the craze that followed Animal Crossing's release. It will be interesting to see how this console progresses next year and through the rest of its lifespan. The controversy surrounding Cyberpunk 2077 continues. Developer CD Projekt Red continues damage control with release of patches to address the game's numerous bugs. Sony has removed the game from its digital store until further notice, but the game is available in physical copies for those still keen to try it out. Microsoft hasn't removed the game, but issued a warning on its online store stating that users may experience performance issues when playing this game on Xbox One until the game is updated. Both Microsoft and Sony are offering refunds for players who are unhappy with their purchases of the game. After 8 years of anticipation, the game has now been dubbed a flop by many of its disappointed players, but there is still a sizable group of players, mostly on the PC, singing the game's praises. Whether you love it or hate it, it's impossible to deny that Cyberpunk 2077 has had one of the rockiest, most controversial releases in memory. Steam's 2020 Autumn Sale was its biggest ever. In a recent blog post, Valve revealed the 2020 Autumn Sale was its biggest ever in terms of revenue for the developers and publishers. Several factors seem to be at play here. A resurgence of popularity for older games, a spread of new games finding success, and of course, the ongoing pandemic. During the sale, just shy of 1 million players bought a game or made a microtransaction on the platform. Even more impressively, concurrent users peaked just under 24 million users, 7 million more than the same time a year prior. Steam's annual holiday sale started just this morning, so it will be exciting to see what it has in store for us. That's all this week in gaming news.
Thanks for that, Melee. Yes, what a week in news. Now, before we get on to the cyberpunk stuff, what a thing that is. I just wanted to say, the Nintendo stuff, the 31st of March next year, which it's so weird. It's this like weird sort of Damocles hanging above our heads. All this stuff is going offline, being stopped sale. Everything's happening on March 31st. What does Nintendo... Either what are they planning or what do they know?
I've been watching rumors on this one and kind of like, there's going to be a thing. And then they go, no, there's not that thing.
And I bet it's not. I bet it's nothing. I bet it's an arbitrary financial date where they have to cut off a bunch of contracts or something.
Yeah.
But it's creating all this mystery.
It's stressing me out. It's stressing me out.
Yeah. It'll be like a 5-minute direct and that's it.
Yeah. No more.
It's just like, can I have a hint, perhaps? You know?
We're bringing back Chibi Robo. Yay! I love Chibi Robo. Anyway, so Cyberpunk, what a thing.
For it to, for Microsoft and Sony to be actually giving refunds is really something. Because Sony doesn't like giving refunds, especially for digital games. They don't.
Not typically. Once it's downloaded, it's done.
Yeah. So that says a lot, I think, just by itself. But the internet saying a whole lot of other stuff.
Well, when it first came out, I was watching it. I was talking to my cousin, and he bought it on PS4, but he was playing it on PS5. And the amount of he enjoyed the game, but when he could play it,
Yeah.
and that was the huge issue there. And I'm sitting there on my PC with a not up to date graphics card, going, I'm good.
Yeah. It runs relatively well for me on my PC. It's like you don't have my first bug, which was just every time I looked in a mirror, I was naked. Oh yeah. And at first I thought I didn't put clothes on, but no, I just
Me too.
I did have clothes on. It was fine. It is. I mean, the last episode I was on of Z Games, it was the eve before Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And I think I said to everyone, it's going to be big, it's going to be ambitious, it's going to be buggy as hell. And that's it. But even I wasn't quite anticipating, because Sony removing it from sale, that is a precedent that I can't think of another example, because people bring up other games that have been removed from sale, but it's not the distribution platform that removes them. It's normally either the developer or the publisher has pulled it.
Yeah.
This is, it's huge.
It's honest, like, I expected there to be bugs. There's always going to be bugs. And I knew that there was going to be a lot of expectations from this game, because it's been talked about for quite a long time now. And the hype has just been building and building and building. So I sort of expected there to be a fair amount, a fair bit of disappointment. But overall, a game that can be played pretty well.
Hmm.
I wasn't expecting it to
That's
be...
it. I still do have a lot of friends that have put in, 40, 50 hours plus
Yeah.
and love the thing. I personally played the intro and said, this will be a great game to play later next year. I
Yeah.
have other games to play. That is fine for me. But the console release is pretty unforgivable at this point.
It's messy.
Now, CD Projekt Red have always been very good at support. I expect that they are not stopping on this game, and it will have a lot of its issues ironed out. I do think there are fundamental issues with the game itself in some areas, which can never really be fixed because it's just the design of it.
Yeah.
But I think the problems with it will go away. But it could be a while. So I would probably just look at other games for Christmas.
Yeah, and I say this nearly every time we talk about about Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Play Minecraft. It's fine.
But
Minecraft!
You do like Minecraft.
I do like Minecraft.
You do.
And I don't play it nearly as much as I want to play it.
Is it really? Do you just have a latent desire to play Minecraft at all times?
Yes.
So that's your, if anything in life falls through, it's
At least I
Christmas
got
is
my-
cancelled. I can play Minecraft.
I can
though.
play Minecraft. I don't know. It's just been a dependable game for me. I could always lean on it for support.
We're going to have a little bit of a chat about free games around Christmas. And it's not just Christmas, but it's sort of how the industry has changed a little bit in that if you are someone that doesn't have a lot of resources and you want to be a gamer, there's a lot you can do without really any money at all. You do, unfortunately, still need to have hardware to play on at the moment.
yeah.
That may still change.
What does that?
What does that mean?
What does that
Well,
mean?
not to allude to anything. This isn't insider meeting or anything. Just the rise of streaming services and such.
Oh,
Eventually, you may really just need a screen, which I suppose you still need hardware.
I mean, I thought you were implying that in the future we're just going to be able to just beam games directly to our brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't confirm or deny that. But
Wetware gaming, or are we just talking board games?
I mean,
I forgot board games.
I forgot. I was until
They're
we
real
started talking
things.
and went, wait, there are games that aren't on computers.
it's true. So just as a quick little thing at the beginning, so if you, and this will be very PC centric because unfortunately as far as free games, not free to play games, just straight up free stuff, you're pretty much restricted to PC. So if you're not a PC gamer, you don't have a lot of options here. But if you are, let me start with probably the big one these days, which is of course Epic Games. Epic have been giving away a free game a week, sometimes two, and I think maybe once or twice three, for 2 years now. And when it comes to Christmas time, they like to give one away every day. And we are now about halfway through the cycle.
Yep.
So if you have not been doing that, then you've missed out on a bunch of games, but there's still a bunch left. And I think yesterday was Alien Isolation. What was today's free game?
Oh, today's free game is a repeat from their historical. It's something I went to go, oh, free game, download. And I went, no, you already have this in your library.
Giving away the same thing twice. How could they dare do that? So Epic Games is a good place to look to get that stuff. I know there's sort of been a leak of what's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
I know included in that. Well, there were two. There was one which was ridiculous, but there's one that's actually been accurate so far, and that includes Insiders up in a few days.
Yeah.
And Insiders is one of my top games of all time.
I haven't
So if you've never played that, that'll be an opportunity to grab that. So they're not nothing games. They are generally pretty robust games that you get through there. Otherwise, GOG, Good Old Games as it used to be, also owned by CD Projekt Red, or CD Projekt. Red is the developer and GOG is their distribution platform.
Yeah.
They also do free games at the moment. They have Brigador, which is a tactical mech game out today. Last week, Ubisoft did a week of free games, and unfortunately that's over now. But they gave away things like Starlink and Trials Rising. So, and then also there are sites like Indie Gala and Fanatical.
Yeah.
Fanatical, who also do the same thing. And if you're, I'm throwing a lot of things out. There's lots of communities that follow this stuff. So Reddit is always a good place to check stuff. There's literally free games Reddit, which will get you stuff. Yeah. People just post. You'll get a lot of like itch.io and small things that aren't, most people are interested in the bigger stuff that we're talking about here, but there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
And especially Christmas time when we've all got a bit of extra time and you might be looking for something to play. And hey, free is the best, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Free is pretty good.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, if I had been a kid in this day and age. I mean, I used to play one game for 2 years.
I remember
That's what
how
shareware
like
was.
some games would have like a sort of a demo of other games on the disc, and I would just play those demos over and over and over because they were free.
Warcraft 1.
Especially the old shareware days.
Yeah.
Let's give
Here's the
Doom
full
another
game, just locked off at a point.
But the point is that there are a lot of free games available, and there will be more free games coming out pretty often over the next week or so.
Yeah. And there will be other things around.
My favourites are the is the MMOs good? Still doing the trials, free
Yes.
trials. I'm as Paul glaring at me as I say the word MMO. No, I've been looking at it, and because I want to mention, because Christmas is such a social event. For me, there was years when I was just on my own, and MMO was like the best thing for me to at that time. So things like Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft, you can actually play free up to a certain point.
Yeah.
Destiny as well, and they're all doing Christmas events where you can get together with friends and those kinds of things. So
And
it's a really nice way
they're a
of
lot of
getting
fun
together.
as well.
I do love Christmas events in games.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. It's like, oh wow, snow, festive.
I play a weekly Deep Rock Galactic game with some friends, and they've just added some hats and stuff. But in the base where you run around between missions, they just added some piles of snow. So we just spent a long time picking up snow and throwing it at each other.
Yeah.
Good old snowball events. So always so much fun.
Oh, we can't throw snow at each other anymore in Destiny
No, really?
because we don't have the farm.
No, but there is snow on.
The tower?
On the
Yes.
sentence, yeah.
Okay.
Zahra's had bad internet, so hasn't managed to log into the tower yet. But
Yeah.
we've offered, and I think they'll be coming around to have a look at the tower.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Gonna kick you off your computer, Toby.
Absolutely. Hopefully it doesn't crash while you play.
Hopefully.
That'll
It
be
has
too
issues
cruel.
with Destiny.
No, on the because do most MMOs have like a free up to a level at the moment?
I honestly don't play many more other than those ones because I have a personal opinion even in MMOs where gambling is not good.
I can agree with that too, but mine might go a bit further.
But
No, because I have promised to try WoW again because I am not renowned, but I am somewhat known as a disliker of MMOs and WoW in particular. But it has been many years. I don't think I'll go back to my main, who was a level 2 cow person. That always makes people angry.
As a WoW addict, that just
you don't want to
confused
be a
me.
level 2 cow person?
Yeah. I mean, I could throw away all that progress, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to play. They said do 1 to 10, but apparently that's only about 1 hour now. So
Less.
I might do a little bit higher and just see if it can win me over. Every once in a while, an MMO does grab my attention for a little while, but not too long.
I think it's always good to sort of revisit a game after a few years because you never know. Like perhaps there's just something that just captures your attention in your current
Especially
place.
something that is popular. And if something's popular and I don't get it, I'd rather know why people like it than just dismiss it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
But also, it's an evolving game. Why not see how things change? That's great. Any other like tips or ideas for Christmas gaming? No.
Yeah.
It's just a happy time.
Yeah.
I'll get out the old Jackbox games with
Oh yeah, group gaming.
yeah.
So you do have things like your Jackbox games.
Oh, yeah.
That are. I always want to pull one out and pull out a game of Jackbox. And
It's freezing.
we'll just pull out
Jackbox can be
Jackbox gaming
played.
community.
You can get Jackbox on console, can't you?
Yes.
And also
Yeah.
the PC.
I have all the Jackbox games on my Switch.
Yeah.
And I have a very small third-party dock that I use with my Switch, which just sort of plugs in the bottom. You don't have to take the dock around with you.
nice.
So I can just take this wherever we go and play some Jackbox. You still need to set up the internet, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with Jackbox, you can just put it up onto the TV, everybody signs in with their phones, and you all get to have a really silly time about it.
Oh, and the barrier of entry, because it is just normally text input or drawing, is, you can get everyone in the family in.
Yeah.
It's when you get, especially the elderly relative that just finds out they can swear and they're very excited by it.
It's a game that pretty much everyone can play.
It's a great equalizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've done 7 collections so far of stuff. Because if you don't, they're like trivia games or just little social manipulation things.
Yeah.
It's or make a T-shirt and pitch the idea.
Oh, I love the T-shirt.
I love the T-shirt. I think I still have saved T-shirts.
I still have screenshots of some.
They're just God. I want to suddenly start telling stories from Jackbox interactions, but they're very boring to people that aren't me and my friends.
And that is
Mine
the
mostly
eternal
involves
curse.
swearing.
That is the eternal curse.
Tobi has a review for us tonight. He will be reviewing Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. So please take it away, Tobi.
Okay. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is based in a Japanese folklore fantasy world where you play Sakuna, the daughter of Takaribi, the god of war, and Toyohana, the goddess of the harvest. Living in the capital of Yamato, part of the lofty immortal realm, she has cultivated the habits of a feisty, spoilt, lazy drunkard who manages to get exiled to the Isle of Demons with some humans until the higher-ups can figure out how to get the humans back to the lowly mortal realm. This is a game where you will need to scavenge for food and defend your home because the humans are helpless and you are a lazy goddess. So, utilising the tools at your disposal, a sickle and hoe, you reluctantly get to work. Very reluctantly. Visually, it has an anime styling with ukiyo-e, which is Japanese woodblock influence, giving it the hint of something akin to the game Ori, but also with enough realism in the world to draw you into the farming simulation. Yeah. So, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is a strange beast of a game. It's equal parts side-scroller, platforming, fighter, beat-em-up, a Japanese role-playing game, and a rice farming simulator. And the developers went far and beyond when it comes to the realism of this rice farm sim with cultivation, farming and harvesting, so much so that the players have been known to research rice growing on the website for the Japanese Ministry of Agricultural, Forestry and Fisheries for just rice growing guides. So, the rice growing loop in a nutshell. You firstly fertilise your field using a base of night soil. Yep, that's human poop.
Yeah.
And let it mature with some basics like beast horn and leaf matter. Then you till it into the field while removing any stones you come across. And then you sow the rice by hand. Mm-hmm. Next, you maintain the field by keeping an accurate eye on water levels, ground temperature, the weather, and pest control. Once it is grown, you harvest, dry, and then use a traditional kokobashi. You thresh them to strip the grains from the stalk. Then you polish the rice to your preference. And the resultant quality of rice is affected by every step of the process. You get a nice little note telling you the details and results afterwards. The other side of the coin is the relatively standard side-scrolling JRPG beat-em-up. The stage design has some nice platforming mechanics and the monsters are semi-repetitive. However, the bosses can have quite a steep learning curve. Luckily, the game's respawning mechanic is very forgiving, basically starting you from the start of the level on death, just resetting that level's progress. So basically, you go out and beat up monsters, demons, to collect stuff, to take home, to use to make different farming tools or clothes, and to feed yourself and your mortal pseudo-family daily boosts. Then you spend the rest of your time growing rice to also feed your family, but also because every advance in your rice harvest directly correlates to upgrades in your battle prowess.
Makes sense.
Throughout every part of the game, you are serenaded by the traditional Japanese instrumentation composed by Hiroyuki Yoshima. The musical melody softly relaxing while tending to your homestead and upbeat and motivating while in battle. There are also realistic soundscapes of the seasons and areas played over the top of these, making for such a delightful oral experience that I sometimes just sat there and listened for the simple joy of it. Combat, though, is punctuated with Sakuna yelling the same few lines during combat, which I remedied by changing the language preferences to Japanese voice acting. This could be my inner weeb raising its head, but once I turned on the Japanese audio, the voice acting soothed my inner farming and grinding angst, making for a far more enjoyable experience. Overall, while Sakuna of Rice and Ruin has quite a repetitive gaming loop, I found the farming therapeutic in its repetition. Moreover, coming home at the end of the day and having a meal with my pseudo-family and hearing about their pasts, the discussion of religion and belief, or just family dynamics, gifted me with the stillness and contentment of just a happy family. If I had to classify this game in just one word, it would be forgiving. For the easy respawns, the many avenues to increase strength and game progression, the many ways it tries to help you along, and the family who not only helps you to be a stronger, but also a better person in the end.
That's beautiful.
And it is a really beautiful game. Like, visually, it's a very beautiful game. But it is grindy.
It is work.
It is work.
But
And
it sounds
Work
like
games are good.
yeah.
it sounds like it does it well in that the grinding and actual like having to do all this work and research for this mechanic, because it is a mechanic, is part of the game because it just slows things down.
Yeah, literally everything you do in this game makes you better, even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
And in that, when you die, you learn a little bit of what you just did so that you can do it again. That's the only thing is you go back when you die and you lose all those items and goodies that you've just collected, and now you have to go and do it all over again. But that is literally the only setback that you get. Well, that I found that you get. I will admit, I've been very, very strenuously taking care of my field and taking care
Very
of all
cautious.
these little family. But yeah,
But that sounds like it was, the purpose of the game is to actually care so much about this aspect of the game, is to put in as much care and time into it as a farmer would.
yeah.
Because you're not
And-
only like bettering yourself, you're supporting your family as well.
Yeah, and the actual developers spent so much time. They grew their own rice at home to try and push this even further, to try and make it more and more realistic and more accurate, so that literally from the experience of playing the game, you could go and till a field
It's rice.
That's amazing.
and make some rice, because you literally know how far away, what temperature, 20, is it 23 degrees? How deep? It's ankle deep.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I
and
quite
that
like
was-
farming games, but that sounds really. I might give it a whirl.
Farming method, like work games are. There is something just very satisfying about doing it as a repetition. I think what sounds good here is that there's also that community there, and there's some attachment. So it's like there's some emotion as well as doing the work.
I'm not going to say it's nothing groundbreaking. There's no twists and there's no turns. But coming home and hearing about how one of the characters used to be a missionary for Christianity, basically, and was like, haha, all other people, the one thing that combines everybody is they all throw poop at missionaries. And I was blown away by just that wonderful joyousness and those little tiny stories that are being made, and I really enjoyed that.
Want to listen to more Zed Games? Check out our podcast on Spotify or follow us on
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which is at ZedGamesAU to get behind the scenes action.
sneak peeks into reviews, and of course, lots of memes.
We're pretty much getting near the end of this very Christmassy episode.
Oh,
You actually do jingle.
I do jingle.
Oh, that's
Tis the season. I hope the mic actually took that.
no, it did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you got a very jingly face.
It's got these earrings, the little bells, so anytime I disagree with anyone, they're going to know.
Okay, so before we say our goodbyes, we're going to do something a little bit different at the end of this episode. So after we say goodbye, we're having a live performance
A live performance
By-
right here
by
Right now.
DJ Me.
by DJ Me.
DJ Me.
I'm going to play the game Fuser by Harmonix, which is a DJ game, which I am not very good at. And you can hear some absolute monstrosities to close out the show. And I'll be playing this live, so enjoy that.
I'm
Merry
looking forward to
Christmas.
Thank you for listening on this very Christmassy night. I-
Soundboard, y'all.
I've been Paul.
I've been Zahra.
And I've been Toby.
This has been Z Games. See you later, folks.
Thanks for listening to Z Games. If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify or follow us on social media at ZEDGamesAU. See you next time.
Check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Woo, child. Tired of the bush. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving. Yes, Lord. Trying to get some new in there. Swimwear, going to the push. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify.
Much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on.